Happy Easter. So I am back in Mount Shasta and I am going to explain this whirlwind journey I've been on over the last 3+4 weeks. Going to Oregon, looking for my place, finding my place, doing everything but paying the deposit, and it fell apart. Why? You guys, this is how my life works. And I want you to try and wrap your brain around this. I surrendered 8 years ago. When I say surrendered, I was in Puyallup walking on 23rd Street and my life was not working. I had illness at times. I had a lot of crap. I wasn't happy. I fought with my husband. I wasn't happy. So I looked up to the sky and I said, I don't know who you are, but whatever you are, I'm trying something new. I'm surrendering at this moment. And this was almost 9 years ago. At that moment, I said, all right, I surrender. Whatever you are at this point, you take over. And you know what, you guys all hear like in church about surrender, let God take you. I never went to church. I surrendered and I stood there on 23rd Street and I'm like, all right, now what? And the voice said, go that way. That was over 8 years ago and I have never looked back. I do not make decisions. I don't think. I don't have a thinker. I don't use my head. So this trip to Oregon, I went to Las Vegas for a month, January to February. I did not expect that, but I went there because I had to live out this story that I'm living out. I'm not going to go into detail about that, but I went to the Oregon coast because I believe I'm done in Mount Shasta and I love the ocean. I need the ocean. I miss the energy of the movement of the ocean. So I was sent. I went to Waldport for 9 days, yacht huts. I was going to say yacht chats because I pronounce it that way, yacht huts for a week. And then I went to Gold Beach. Gold Beach, I immediately ruled out. It's windier than Newport and there's no rakeable beaches. So I discovered Brookings. I fell in love with Brookings and I don't even remember how I found it. I found an apartment for rent, which I don't do apartments. It was a house that was broken down into 3 apartments. It was overlooking the ocean. It was the end of the road, ocean down there. Dream come true. The place itself was small, 800 feet, I believe. It was manageable because I can use a drop plunk outside. I don't need indoor plumbing. But this place, I know it's just temporary. It's 3 months. It's whatever. So I was like, I'm in. I'm all in. So I had to do this. I had to stretch myself and have another $1,600 a month on top of deposits, on top of all the costs to do a relocation and all that. So here's what happens. I saw it and I knew I wanted that space. That was the perfect space for me. And I will post it. I'll try. Maybe I'll put it in this video. I don't know. This was so perfect for me. The place itself didn't matter because I'd be mostly outside. I said, yes, I'm all in. And I don't go into thought. So I went to karaoke that night. The only night, it was the night before I came home and I had a blast. I was like loud and proud. People asked me to join them and people were like, oh, you're looking for a place. At that moment, I got a message from the real estate lady saying, I thought you were going to give me a deposit. You didn't. She was in a hurry because her mother just died and she was taking a week off. So she said, I gave it to the other guy. At that moment, I was like, yes, because it doesn't matter. There were things I was not okay with, but it was like, I don't care. It's temporary. Nothing matters to me. Nothing matters to me. Nothing. The mattress wasn't of my liking, but I didn't care. I'd bring my own pillow. So it fell through. And then I packed up and I came back to Mount Shasta. And what happened was I found out because I have conversations with God. I work for God full time. I speak to no one else. I hear from God and my dead boyfriend who has the world's worst jokes, but I love him so much. So what God let me know was I was sent on this trip because God needs to make sure that we are all in, that when we say, I surrender, that he's like, all right, they'll do it. I was sent to Las Vegas and I did every single thing I was sent to do. Everything happened that had to happen. Then I just went to the coast and now I came back and I found out I was sent to see how willing I was. If I would actually go through with saying, yes, I'll find that money. I will make this work. And I did. I said yes, because I know I'm abundant and I know it's going to come. I know I'm changing arms. I know that the money will show up and I don't ever doubt that. So I said, yes, I'm all in. And so the woman, everything got shifted because God's like, okay, we really don't need her to do this. But to see how far I would go. You guys, when you're in surrender, and if God says, make a left turn down that alley, and yeah, there's a riot going on, but just do it anyway and trust me, you got to do it. So I am back in Mount Shasta, and now I got my hot tub this morning, and then I got a brand new download about what's happening next. So I will be on the ocean. Brookings, maybe. I will be where I can rake the sand. I don't know if I'll be out of Mount Shasta. All I know is I had to have this experience because God needed to see how far I was willing to go. Because I have been tested before. When I first moved to Newport, I was sent out on 3 individual assignments, 3 days in a row, boom, boom, boom. 3 different things that I had to go out and do. I was deployed and I went out and I executed flawlessly. And that was when God put me to work, starting to send me clients. And now he's doing ultimate tests, saying because people are so wrapped up in what they can afford and can't afford. So he's like, all right, we're going to see if she does this. And I did it. I said, I'm doing it because I know he'll provide for me. I know she will provide. I know I will be provided for. Never doubt it. Surrender means you never, ever make a decision. You're silent and you're still. And then you're told what to do. And that's it. I'm the last to know and the first to go. And now look what I have. My life is amazing because of it.